the will of Jacob.
Beloved in Christ, I welcome you to the liturgy for the third Sunday of Lent, Year A. And this morning, I'm reflecting with you on the theme, a spiritual testing, not material testing. But permit me to share a short story with you as an introduction to this homily. A story is told of a family who lived in a semi-desert area. One day, this family sent their 12-year-old daughter to go to a well 3 miles away to fetch water. This young lady journeyed to the well, but on her way back to the house, she missed a step and fell, losing the water. But picking the bucket up, she went back again to the well and fetched the water a second time. For this young lady, the journey to the well again for the water was because water represented life for her and her family. Today, strangely, most of us get water by turning on a tap. And for that reason, we don't value or appreciate the difficulty most people have to go through to get water. It should therefore not surprise us that our readings of today, specifically the first reading of the Gospel, speaks to us about the lack of water, thus reminding us about our spiritual longing for satisfaction from God. In truth, all of us have a longing for pleasure, for comfort, or tranquility. And this testing or longing, according to St. Teresa of Avila, expresses the desire for something so intense that if you lack, we are all going to die. But the tragedy of man's life is that many try to satisfy this inner craving of the human heart with material things. Well, material things can never fill this inner void, for ours is a spiritual testing. For our test comes not from ourselves, but because someone tests for us. Therefore, trying to satisfy our thirst for God with material things is like trying to distract a crying baby by giving the baby sweets. It is only but for a moment. Beloved, it is Jesus who is always longing for us, testing to give salvation to anyone who comes to him. John chapter 7, 37 to 38. Hence, the meeting between Jesus and the Samaritan woman at the well tells us that though the present may be bleak, it should not warrant our giving up or going back as Israel yearned for in the first reading. For memory cuts out all the bad stuff that happened and magnify the good. But your present situation is not your future condition. If God can produce water from a rock, then He can provide you with all that you need to move on toward your promised land. For with God, the journey moves forward into the future. He is thus the God of change. This is affirmed by the life of the Samaritan woman, who was seen as a person of scorn, to be rejected and avoided because of her situation. But God made her a missionary for Jesus. God's love transcends barriers and knows no limitation, and it is not hindered by prejudice. Therefore, despite our sinfulness and failings, God can use us if we accept His call. For as the deer pants for running water, so also can God alone fill our inner void. Confess Psalm 42, verse 1. My dear friend, as you go through this week, remember, the spread of the coronavirus is real. Let us therefore develop the habit of washing our hands and our running water frequently. And if there's no running water and soap, let us use hand sanitizers. And let us join the world in praying that God will intervene and bring an end to this deadly virus. May God bless us all and have a wonderful week.
The well of Jacob.